Hey there, Debo here, and today we are talking about Stephanie's House. That's right, it's a 4 plus set, came out not too long ago, um, and I gotta say it's kind of a downgrade from her original pad, which was double decker. I mean, it had a nice bay window, but now we have set 41398. It's got 170 feet pieces, and it's a 4 plus set. It's got Stephanie, her parents, James and Alicia, and their dog, which is a cute little puppy. Name escapes me at the moment. But we're going to watch a little speed build here while I talk about a very controversial subject, which is Stephanie's involvement in an animal rescue ring, which actually she's the leader of this little, I don't even know what you'd call it. Would it be a ring? Well, anyway, before we try and put a label on it, let me try and just lay out what's going on here for you. So, a couple years ago, and it's actually kind of an ongoing theme in Friends, for them to go out and rescue animals, right? But the thing is, not too often, or actually only once that I can think of, do you actually see them returning the animals to their parents or their natural habitat. You know, they don't really go into what happens after the rescue. They're out there grabbing the animals, but then what's next? I mean, you naturally assume, as any person in their right mind would, that they're returning these animals to their natural habitats. If they're cubs, which is often the case when Friends, they're returning them to their parents and doing the good thing with it. However, there are a lot of questions that are raised by the vehicles used in these rescues, and how kids, more slightly grown-up kids, I think the Friends are all teenagers, but how can they afford helicopters, yachts, submarines, or even any of the number of vehicles that they all have, with four wheels, the electric vehicles, the Jeeps, all this and that. And, a lot of it goes into animal rescue, but a lot of it is just, whatever they drive around town. And judging from the house that Stephanie and her folks now live in, as you can see here, it's just a simple two-story, almost a brownstone. It's just so boxy. How can a family that lives in this kind of a house afford a yacht, a helicopter, all these other vehicles and implements that these kids are using in the animal rescue? And I mean, it boggles the mind. It makes you wanna know what's really going on there. So my thought on the whole thing, they've got to be turning these animals into profit somehow. I mean, because what other enterprises do they really have that is going to bring in the kind of money to get yachts? Not not too many things that you can get up to with a paper route. It's not even a thing anymore. But once upon a, you know what I mean. But yeah, this is kind of insane, and they just keep going around collecting animals. I'm assuming either selling off these animals, or one hypothesis is, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Freshman, but they end up taking, the crux of the thing is, there's this group of individuals stealing endangered species to serve to rich people at $100,000, $200,000 a plate. So that's kind of one of the more plausible theories that I hear surrounding what could be going on with these rescued animals, or allegedly rescued animals, is becoming more apparent. But yeah, you're not going to be able to afford all that stuff in this simple little house. Or even actually in the other house she had. It was a nice looking house, but I mean, yeah, you're not getting helicopter money out of this family for sure. So another thing that people, what I mean, and this theory kind of keeps going a little bit longer. You have people thinking that perhaps Stephanie is up to some weird scientist funky madness, where she's going around collecting these animals and splicing DNA, as it were, and creating an entirely new breed of animal. I don't even know if you could call it animal. It's like a human animal hybrid, where it has anamorphic qualities, but generally the head of an animal of sorts. And this has led to people theorizing that perhaps that's how video was started. Stephanie was out there stealing the animals, doing her experimentations, zapping them with whatever, and then boom, boom, on the other side you get a puppy singer, or you get a DJ Cheetah, or I don't know, a Candy Mermaid, because it's not the normal stuff that you would come up with in a science lab. Like, this is beyond the island of Dr. Moreau. This is clearly the work of a mad person. So that's another theory that that's what she ended up doing with the animals, is turning them into the video characters. And then perhaps the whole thing got exposed, and that's why video got discontinued, because they called her on her stuff. They're like, no, you can't do this anymore. And she's like, all right, well, fine, that's the end of the video line, then I'm out. Another theory is that Stephanie is a rogue agent operating independently for her own personal gain, whereas the other friends, I'm believing, spearheaded by Olivia, because she's got a pretty good head on her shoulders, and she seems to genuinely care about the animals that they're rescuing. It seems like maybe Stephanie is like on the outs with everybody else, and she's like, you know what? Screw you guys, I'm taking these animals and I'm doing something with them, because my family now lives in a very simple 2-story house that has a swing in the front yard that looks like it was designed by Fisher Price. That's where Stephanie is at this point. She's a roiling ball of rage who is acting out and stealing these animals and doing something with them. Like, I don't know. Some kind of for-profit scheme, but there's just no way that a kid is going to be able to afford that stuff. I mean, say what you will about her friends, they all seem to have pretty successful ventures in town. Bakery. Well, Stephanie does the bakery thing, but from what I hear, her brownies ain't all that. So I'm thinking this is also a situation where, oh look, oh my God, no, it's true. It's true. The least plausible. It's true.